clarify anything about that, or maybe I can, in terms of well, people that try some of these, the Gans water or maybe a plasma device, find they usually have a positive response and, you know, feel good and so on. But some people maybe they push it too hard, and or maybe it's just part of their detoxification that they when the toxins come out, it causes dis-ease, not disease, but uneasiness, let's say, in the body. You might not feel good while these toxins are coming out. You feel better after they come out.
Okay, let's talk a different way. Maybe the toxin, you call it, sits in the interaction of the fields of the soul and the physicality, where you still need to be ill, feel ill in the physical dimension, that you receive what you need from the environment of the others to feed your soul. This is what you've done all the time, knowingly or unknowingly. So the conflict, or what you call detoxification of the energy or the soul, comes from the truth, in fact, that now you have to supply yourself with what you've been taking from the others by what I call attention seeking through being sick, or attention or getting from the soul of the people and their emotion. In so many ways, it's a detoxification of the man's himself emotion which creates this, which means he does not want to let go because he doesn't know what he's going to get, what he was getting free from the others by attention. When you walk on the street and you're limping, or when you walk on the street and you are on a wheelchair, even people passing you subconsciously say, oh my God, he's on the wheelchair. You become a beggar, you become a king on the chair of the wheelchair. Because when you get my attention, it means you've taken something from me. But now you have to start living with not being able to take, because now you can affect your own physical dimension without taking. And this takes a lot, and this is what is the job of the soul. I've seen this many times. And as you go through the process of detoxification, or what we call the taking of the gans of CO2 that you elevate and feed whatever is short everywhere, a lot of people come to the point they put this down, the material. They don't want to use it. Because with it, we're using it, they have to stop what I call soul sucking from the others. And this is not what they want, because then they have no dimension. Then they have no existence, because they took it consciously or unconsciously. We had a case, many of you see in the video on the internet years ago. The gentleman was brought to us with Parkinson and dementia. The daughter, being a woman of medicine, I think she must be listening. She listens to all the teachings most of the time. I created those days what it was with the cups and the surrounding and everything. And we went walking with this guy for the first time on the street outside the house of the girl, or the woman I should say. And as we were walking, is recorded, you hear the daughter says, it's the first time he's walking in 15 years. He hasn't walked. And he started talking and doing things. This all came because in the process of creating all the materials which now you use, as explained earlier on, for development of the brain, or replacement of the cells which have been destroyed. And few weeks before that, he was still in a wheelchair. Even a couple of weeks before that, he was in a wheelchair. He would not walk and he was paralyzed. The wife has to push him, and the daughter put him in the car, and the rest of it. One day, the wife leaving him on a chair, as where he's been sitting for past 15 years or whatever, she says she's going to go to the neighbors, but she goes usually through the front door to the front door of the neighbor, but this time she decides, for whatever reason, to go through the back door. And as she's passing the back window, he sees the gentleman getting up and helping himself with what he wanted in the room. And she knocks on the window and says, "What are you doing? I leave you in the room as a paralyzed, and when I leave the room, I'm not there, you walk." And she calls the daughter, and the daughter called me and says, "Do you know what has happened?" I said, "Of course, he's become a sucker. He just wants to take attention." And that was it. From that point on, we refused accepting the guy that he cannot walk. And we saw this a couple of times with him. And then, as now he learned that he can feed himself, we saw him riding a bicycle in Holland, 2 or 3 kilometers at a time. What I explained to the daughter and to the wife was the same. He was used to abuse of the soul, and now he's learned to do it himself. This is the beauty with the technology. When you give a gift of life, let them appreciate it, that they done it themselves, not you, because otherwise you become another prophet. These people who we see with these kind of behaviors are called detoxification of the soul of the man. They don't feel good, because not feeling good means now I know to do it myself. I don't need to become a soul sucker. And this is the habit of the man. We need to extend everything that always in the back of our mind is the elevation of the soul in the dimension of both physicality and the brain.